Alright, we're gonna shim out this wall. This bathroom is tiny, so it's hard to get a good shot. What I did was I measured every single 1 foot, 1 foot, 2 foot, 3 foot, 4 foot, all the way up on every single stud. So it's 1 foot on every single stud. And then we're gonna see where we need to come out on the wall. So this one, we need to come out a 1/4 of an inch on the bottom. And you also want to check horizontally to see where you sit. These 2 center ones are sticking out further than the rest. So I think that's a good starting point there. What we're going to do, grab our shims. Alright, grab our shims. Take the shim off. How many we need. So we are two shims there. Grab my staple gun. There's 2 shims here. Yep. So right at that first 1 foot mark, 2 shims. Staple it in. Let's see here. Now we are flat across. Now we can see what we did here on the vertical. And that actually made this perfectly here. And what we can do now, cut a bunch of shims. So we'll go up to the next 1 foot mark. So we're actually down here. See how many shims we need in there. 2 is tight because the gap is getting smaller as it's going up. What we're going to do with these shims is we can actually tear them so we can get 1 1/2. Let's try that. Nope. Let's try the other half. Yes, that's a good fit. So since we're gonna be screwing right here at the 1 foot mark, and that's where we want our shims. The whole wall doesn't need to be just right here where we're screwing. Right, that staple didn't go in all the way. Just get it all the way in. So we're going to keep going up to the next 1 foot mark. It's a little bit loose. Let's see. Tear another shim. So that fits. It's a little loose still. grab the thicker part here. Oh, that's why we had two torn pieces. So full shim and a partial. Let's see here. Yep, that's a good fit. Take that. Doing good. All right, let's go up to the next one. Let's try a full shim. Full shim. Oh yeah, that's good. Full shim it is. Now next one. Strap on these partials. Let's get another full shim. And these are just cardboard shims. Full shim here. Let's try it. Okay. Full shim here is good. There's a solid one. Let's go up to the next. Touching every shim. Try a partial. Good fit. Very top it's touching, so we don't need to put one on the 7. It's really close. It's probably like a 32nd, but we don't want to forget about the very bottom, so let's go to the very bottom here. Grab 2 shims. 2 shims won't work. It's kind of weird down here. So at the very bottom, it's on a single shim. The 2x4 seems to widen at the bottom or bow out. Where did I put that? Let's check that. We are touching every shim. Now we're going to check it across horizontally, see what we need to do. So on the second one, bottom's looking decent. We need a shim back here. second one, we'll need a shim or two. Yep, 2 shims. To the third. Back's gonna need, looks like 2 shims again. Two shims. And as you can see, I have the marks all the way across. So that would be the 3 foot. I don't like this staple gun. Seemed good at first, but it doesn't work that well. Alright, all done. This stud has more shims at the bottom, down here. This stud has more shims at the top. So the wall is kind of really wonky. Every single 1 foot mark, all the studs are touching the level. So that's what we want. See, there's not even a shim here. There's 4 shims here, or 3.5 shims, 1 shim, no shim, and not 1 shim. So that just shows you how bad the wall is. But we can put the drywall on and the backer board. And when we tile and sheetrock, everything's gonna be square. I spent a lot of time on this wall, even the drywall, because the thickness of my wall has to be uniform here. Because the tile, you don't want it to taper. You want the tile to look all the same. That's how I shimmed it. There's so many different ways to shim it. You could wet shim it like I did this wall on the back side. You could use the furring strips. You could put other 2x4s in here and make them level. But this way was actually pretty easy, cost effective, fast, if you've done it before. Remember how we marked the height every 1 foot and put our shims? I went back through and I marked every foot. So right there on the stud is where all the shims are, because we only want to screw where the shims are. If we screw where there's no shim, then it's gonna bow the drywall in. So we did all that shimming. Now let's see how it paid off. Nearly perfect. Yep. All the way down, all the way up. I don't know how good you could see that. I just wanted to show how I did my outside corners. This is outside the wet area. The tile is going to come out over here. It's going to be on this face, and as you can see, the drywall is level, or it's flat with the backer board, because the tile is actually going to cover this gap. So then this corner is going to be only drywall, because that's where the tile's coming to. Tile's coming to here. It's not coming over the edge. So I will probably just use a mesh tape, and I will do a mesh tape. I could actually do paper because it's outside the wet area. This is not the wet area out here because there's going to be a door and it's outside the wet area. Up here, same thing. Tile, the drywall. It's going to be drywall. It's going to be tile down here. The tile is going to cover this crack. And I could use paper tape there as well, and drywall mud because it's outside the wet area. The wet area, I believe, is 6 inches above the shower head. So that's how we did it. I think it's the best solution because otherwise you'd have a corner here, but we're going to completely cover it with tile, so there's never going to be a gap